Good evening, everybody. Ken Rodriguez, North American Grand Prix Thursday Night Racing GT1, coming to you live from the Paul Ricard circuit in France. I am along with Alex White, and I'm going to introduce him here. Alex, welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's always a pleasure to have you, White Lightning, for sure. So we've been around the Ventrilo channels, we've been on the forums, and then we've been watching these folks practicing during the practice sessions. What do you think of this circuit here? What can you tell me about the circuit?
Track, well, it's incredibly low downforce compared to a lot of other tracks. Even though there's a ton of long corners, there's an absolutely massive straight. So you really need to have the wing as low as possible, so as you can make it along the straight as fast as you possibly can, and just sort of do your best through the corners.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
There's more time to be gained on the straight than there is through the corners if you're going like 10-20 kilometers an hour faster. If you were with high downforce, then carrying a few more kilometers through the corner.
So now I've noticed quite a few folks have been. Well, first let me just make one thing clear to our viewers: the version that we are running tonight does not have the two kinks down the back Mistral straight. So with that said, right about where the kinks would normally be, I'm noticing a lot of drivers have their car set up so low that they are actually bottoming out. And on this track, do you think that that is is that a significant source of time loss?
Yeah, one of the few people as we switched to qualifying, that I seen actually doing it properly was Ian Jollicoeur. He had his car high enough that he wasn't grounding out as Chris Moses leaves the pit in the Penos Esperanti, our first Superpole qualifier here.
Yep, and we're on board with Chris. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you. So that was a topic of discussion in Ventrilo channel, and some of these guys are still bottoming out, which I would have to assume, similar to Spa, we would, I've lost a ton of time at Spa, bottoming out at the bottom of Eau Rouge, and finally figured out that once I had the suspension set up correctly, you could actually gain 4 to 5 tenths of a second.
Yeah. Especially as like where they're grounding out, like 3/4 of the way along the straight, you're travelling at about 270 odd kilometers an hour. You're knocking that down to about 250 just from grounding out there. And we'll see if Chris grounds out at all on his out lap.
Yeah, I saw not much. I saw some sparks out of there.
Yeah. So yeah, who do you think's going to get pole tonight?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, we saw John Ludden put a tremendous lap up there in the 142s, but you know what? It's a totally different monster when you're dealing with Superpole. You get one shot. You get your out lap and you get your hot lap, and that's it. You're done. Whereas in practice, you can go for maybe on your 5th or even your 6th lap, and you set that hot time. Very difficult to do here in Superpole qualifying because of the way Superpole is set up.
Yeah, plus the fact you've got about 20, probably upwards of 30 other guys watching you. It's very, very difficult to get everything right.
Well, let's not talk about that. Monday was a nerve wreck for me. It was my second Superpole, and boy, the first Superpole last season, 22, no problems. This season, I don't know, all eyes were on me, and I just felt it. So, Chris.
Yeah. Ooh, Chris with a bit of a left through the first chicane.
Yep, just about to pick that up.
Touch time there. Oh, misses the apex by miles. This is scruffy so far. Now, it's well known that Chris likes his car to be completely sideways most of the time. And
absolutely.
He's showing us that so far.
Loosey-goosey. Chris, at times, it looks like he's drifting through corners. Brings a whole new meaning to the phrase "loose is fast."
Yeah, sometimes I joke about him just permanently looking out the side windows. But yeah. Coming up to, I forget the name of this corner.
Cygnus.
Cygnus. Yeah, should be fourth gear in any properly geared car. Ooh, a bit wider than he would have liked, but...
And this here in Bowset, it's a declining radius turn, so, you know, this here you can either gain or lose a lot of time, and it looks like he had to come off the throttle quite a bit there.
Yeah, you want to go wide on the way in, then brake a bit in the middle. Chris is all over the place. This is very unlike Chris.
Yeah, this is a tough lap to watch.
Yeah, and there was an apex over there. Might be being a bit harsh, but never mind.
Well, this is the broadcast booth. Nobody can stop us right now. And he puts up a 144.
44.0.
That's
wow. Not going to hold up.
Not very long. So we're going to jump on board with Alex Scott right now. Our second Superpole qualifier as he now starts his hot lap.
Yeah, Alex Scott racing out of Leicester in the UK. Another one of us people that stays up till ridiculous o'clock in the morning. That looked a bit smoother through the first chicane. Carries a lot of speed into there. That wasn't too bad.
Now, is he driving? Yeah, I was just about to ask, is this the 575 or the 550?
Yeah, that's the 575. It's got the wee sort of openings on the back of it. It's actually quite a good car. And he's up by 1.5 tenths in the first sector over Chris Moses. Reaching a lot of speed.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, tell you what, Alex is certainly on a very good lap. If he can get this corner right, he'll definitely be miles ahead of Chris. Yeah, that was a lot better. So yeah, we went out and out a few times through there. Ooh, guess that one a bit wrong though.
Just a little bit of a lurch.
Yeah, nothing too bad. Now this corner you need to turn in early. Yeah, round about there. And the last corner is turn in quite late, get on the power as early as possible and across the line. You can save a bit of time by staying left exactly like Alex is doing rather than going all the way to the right. And Alex jumps above Chris. And Alex should press escape.
With a 143. Gup Douglas, our next qualifier.
Yeah, he's in the 550. I prefer the way the 550 handles the 575. I've always found the 575 a bit twitchy and Gup all over the road. Well, all over the outside of the road is what I meant there. Yeah,
no, I agree. I like the handling of the 550 better than that 575. I've driven them both in practice, and I gotta say that the 575, for my taste and my style of driving, much more stable.
Yeah. The 550 is certainly a bit slower than the stock 550 that anybody watching is probably used to. But it's still a very competitive car here. Very
competitive, yeah. We've seen some really good drivers do some really nice things. John Sportelli being one. As Chris Moses goes through the Cygnus Turn 5 complex, now into 6 and 7. And again, I'm sorry, Gup Douglas. Yeah, I'm getting my names mixed up here. I'm just gonna let you talk, Alex. How about that?
Yeah, got 1.3 seconds down on Alex Scott's time. Although that corner wasn't too bad, this will probably be about 45-ish. Nah, that was not how you do that corner.
Oh, and here you, like you said, you want to get in tight so that way you can get on the power early. And you know, turn 10 is just one of those corners where you really want to get that right, just so you can dash to the finish line.
Yeah, and Gup goes third, closely followed by his teammate in Superpole, Johnny McIntyre.
Yep, John McIntyre going through turn
Now the first
one.
chicane should be completely flat out if you get it right. Turn 2, you want to turn in as early as you can, get 2 wheels all over the curb, and turn 3 you want 2 wheels on the inside of the curb as well. You want to be a bit closer to the apex than that, and power on as early as you can, but don't get the car sideways, otherwise you're losing time all the way down the straight.
Well, it looks like a lot of these guys are having some problems hitting those apexes properly here tonight. I'm wondering if there's enough traction on the track, rubber down. I don't know. I don't know what it is at this point. Or could it just be cold tires?
It might just be the fact they're all running one way rather than two. It's nowhere near as much turn-in. It should be used to that in practice.
I guess that's where the mechanical grip comes in, eh?
Yeah. The Celine, when we see that out later, should probably be a lot better. And John braking on the way out of the corner, he's lost a lot of time there. Yeah. Actually not that much, he's only 4 tenths down on Alex Scott's time. Last corner, turn in early. That's a bit better.
Little trail braking going on there.
Yeah. That's not too bad a lap.
No, not too bad at all. It's going to be about a 144.3 puts him up in third.
Yeah, excellent lap. Out-qualifies his teammate, which is always a good thing. It's your most direct competitor.
So now we jump on board with Andrew Werner driving the big 4GT. Heavy car.
Yeah, I drove it a few seasons ago. It's certainly not bad. Does chew up its rears a bit though.
Yeah, I'll
and
bet.
Andrew Werner is part of 05 Motorsports.
Yep.
With David Pole. Through the first chicane. You can turn into the...
Oh, he just stood right on it.
Yeah. That was decent through turn 2.
And this here, folks, is what separates the slow guys like me from the fast guys like Alex. They can take turns like that.
Yeah. Now, the 4GT is certainly not as good in a straight line as some of the power cars, but it certainly makes up for that in downforce. But as Andrew Taylor is 3 tenths up on Alex Scott. That's not bad at all.
Yep. And again, taking the inside apex really nice through some of these corners.
Yeah, it certainly looks like he's got a decent setup underneath that car. No, 5 tenths up now. This is a really good lap. We saw David Pole and Andrew Werner, a bit wide.
Yeah.
David Pole and Andrew Werner both with really good times in practice. I wonder if that small mistakes cost him much.
Oh, we're going to find out now as he comes around the last corner, corner 10 for the home stretch.
Yeah, it's shoot putting pole. Well, professional pole.
Provisional
Yeah,
pole with a 143, 142, not bad. So Matt Taylor now in the Michelin shod.
My teammate on Monday.
Yeah, with the Michelin shod Saline. So you drove this car last season,
Yeah.
Alex.
I did.
During some races.
Things did not go the way. Yeah, things did not go the way I wanted them to last season at all. But yeah, Matt Taylor certainly has himself a good taste in teammates this season.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Andres Prieto this week. And, well, my teammate on Monday. Now, the Celine has much more turn-in than some of the front engine cars. You probably see him at least somewhere near the apexes. Yeah, that was good. And it's also got a boatload of power.
Yeah, that it does. Very torquey car.
Yeah. it's really, really nice to drive when you get it set up properly.
Yeah, that and your smoothness on the throttle counts for a lot, because I've driven this version of the Saline, and you can light up the tires real quick.
Yeah, Matt Taylor was half a tenth up in Sector 1. That should be good. Now that he's coming into the section where the Saline should have like the edge on pretty much any other car, especially around this corner. Because it just goes on and on and on. Now he runs out in the middle, gets back into the apex nicely. That was good. And a tenth and a half up now. Ooh.
Oh, too wide.
A bit wide. Yeah, it's probably gonna hurt him.
And this is the most technical piece of the track right here. This whole 5 through 10 turn complex.
Yeah, it's difficult to be consistent. When we raced here in GT2, it was very difficult to sort of get any form of consistency. He lost 6/10 in the last sector.
Yep, so ends up in second provisionally.
Yeah.
Now,
he'll be kicking himself with that.
yeah, here's a driver that we saw putting down some really hot laps during practice. Ryan Schleif driving the Mad Croc Corvette C6.
Ooh.
And he dropped. Okay.
Oh well.
So Big Al Merriman in the Panoz Esperante GT1.
Yeah, and seeing Alan Crest pick the Panos is a bit surprising, really. It's not something anybody expected.
No, not at all. I mean, the car, I love the way the car looks. Not sure about its handling. I've tried driving it once, maybe for about 15 laps. Couldn't get used to it. It's definitely a different feel, different drive to the cars that I'm accustomed to. I'm a front engine, rear drive type of guy, but this car is certainly a handful.
Yeah, I've always found it to be a bit uncomfortable. Not undrivable, just a bit different. But yeah, Al on his outlap. And so far, Andrew Werner's first, Matt Taylor's second, Alex Scott's third, John McIntyre's fourth, and Cup Douglas is in fifth.
So Al Merriman, the boss here at NAGP, almost getting it sideways as he comes around turn 6 and now headed into the tight turn 7.
Yeah, turn 7 is one of the more difficult corners on the track. Like, because you're going over a crest on the way in, you can't see the apex for it, so it's just guesswork as to when to turn in.
Not a bad exit though on turn 10. Virage Dupont.
Bless you.
Thank you. There we go, flat out.
Yeah, that was good. These couple of corners should be second gear. Most think that was good through there.
Yeah, Al has a propensity for setting up his cars with a lot of grip, a lot of front end grip.
Yeah, if you can get the front to turn in, all you need to do is control the rear, whereas if you can't get the front to turn in, then there's nothing you can do about it. It's pretty much the same way I set up the cars. He's 4/10 down in the first sector, and Paynos is not good in the straight line, so he'll be losing time all the way down the straight.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, completely sideways in there.
He probably did that to make up some time. Oh, but he takes it so wide here through Bauset.
Yeah, just don't ask me to pronounce any French names.
Yeah, me neither.
Please.
So, folks, just bear with me. He is going through Bendor and into Village now. 7, 8, 9, 10 complex. and this turn 9 is actually called Tour.
That doesn't sound too bad. Now, coming through the last corner.
On to the front straight.
That didn't look too bad. Yeah, up into fourth.
Up into
Ooh,
fourth.
just ahead of Johnny McIntyre. By about 35 thousandths of a second. Next up we've got David Poe, the other half of 05 Motorsports.
So
David
I'm
Poe
actually
certainly.
broadcasting in the chase camera, so we can see the lines that these drivers are taking, and certainly in this view you can see the dynamic nature of everybody's driving styles, one driver to the next.
Yeah. David Poe is certainly a very, very good driver. He's only 23 thousandths down in the first sector. Now the bump in the middle of the Mistral straight, like, it's a lot more of a bump in the middle of the track, which is why you're seeing guys going left and right of it.
Yep.
Ooh, that was wide.
Went really wide there.
Yeah.
Well, there was no clarification given during the drivers' meeting what's going to happen for putting four wheels outside or inside the white line, so I guess we're going to have to wait and see if anybody suffers any type of penalty.
Yeah, that was a bit sideways through there. David Poe's certainly a decent driver who has won quite a few races here. Although I don't think he's actually won a championship yet.
Don't think so, but I'll tell you.
His season.
Yep. And he's coming to the line. Oh, wow.
Oh, second. Alright, Andrew Werner.
Not bad. So, Sergio Calderon in the sexy Lister Storm.
Sponsored by Newcastle United on the front bonnet.
Yep.
Yeah, Sergio teaming up with Eiran Parsons this GT1 season, which is maybe a bit unexpected, but Sergio has certainly been improving the past, well, since he came here. He's a lot better a driver now than he was, which is really good. And everything is looking smooth on Sergio's lap so far. Nothing major has happened. Now that Lister only has 5 gears, which gives it sort of an advantage or disadvantage depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah.
On some tracks 5 gears will be fine, other tracks when you have to have the gearing really, really long, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Like this straight here, you feel like you're in the same gear for forever.
Yeah, and high how can I say this, low downforce tracks got to run these tall gears.
Yeah. Coming in second last corner. It was alright.
Oh, so looks like Ryan Schleif joined the chat for the time being, stating that he can't believe that he dropped.
That's a shame, Ryan.
It is, and we're sorry about that, but hopefully you will join us for Quali 2. And don't know what happened to Sergio, but he pulls it off the track.
He went 7th.
Oh, okay. There we go. Bjorn Heyman out on track right now, driving the Pirelli shod. Whoa. Oh.
That was wide.
That was way wide. And this is his hot lap, so that might be counting as a cut. So
It was running wide anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, the McLaren F1 isn't a bad car at all. It's really quite good once you get it right. But getting it right is the difficult part. Whenever I drive it, I find it very understeery, but at the same time, it completely chews its rear tires.
Right.
Although that was good through there.
Well, he's coming up on the second sector split now. But it looks like he's a little... quite a ways behind. 1.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, it's not really surprising considering the mistake at the start of the lap.
Yeah, I have to agree.
And coming out last corner.
Might
If
be
he
good
stays
enough
left, he'll
for
get a
about
couple of tenths.
7th. There it is, 7th.
Oh, well shouted.
So, Eiran Parsons in the other sexy Lister Storm.
I don't know how anybody can call a Newcastle United badge sexy.
Well, it's an oxymoron. I don't like the looks of the car at all.
Eiran gets all over the curbs in the first, well, 3 corners so far. Taking as much time as he can out of them. Gets as good an exit as he possibly can out there. Now, knowing as he will probably have the car completely trimmed out, like 1-2 winning wing probably, trying to gain as much time as he can, and he's 2.5 tenths up. Wow,
That's
a good lap
actually
so
what
far.
I drove at Daytona on Monday. Was a 1-2 wing setup. Cars felt good.
Yeah. It's sideways through the middle of there. Wow.
But he kept it. He kept
This
it
is commitment
tight.
and a half. Break a wee bit there, yeah. This lap should be good enough for pole if he doesn't mess it up. Still 2.5, more than 2.5 tenths up. He found about half of a tenth.
And these next few corners is what's going to tell the tale here. Just how well he takes them.
Yeah.
Goes wide so he
Pretty
can
much as
put
good as he
the.
can get.
Yep. Goes wide so he can put the power down coming down the front straight.
That brilliant lap.
142, not bad. Takes provisional pole. We'll jump on board with Mr. Thomas Schubeck. Still on his out lap.
Yeah. Eiran actually gained about 3 cents in the last sector just from not messing it up too much. Which was
Yeah, and he
actually
took
quite
them,
a lot. Well,
took them corners really tight too.
yeah. And Thomas Schubeck in the Nissan R35 GTR. That car has had a pretty big nerf since last season. Although it did get new brakes, so may or may not be about the same. Should be about the same. It's much more controllable when you're braking now. It doesn't try and spit you off anymore.
I like this car a lot.
Yeah, it's very, very stable. It's not spectacularly fast, but it's comfortable.
Listen, Jack, you know, Alex, Jack and I have a saying about you fast guys, and you pardon my mistakes with the names tonight. My mind seems to be like all over the place, but we always say that you fast guys could drive shopping carts around these tracks just as fast as a car.
Shopping carts have 4-wheel steering. It wouldn't work.
Well, it is our opinion that you guys can drive just about anything.
Fair enough. Anyway, Thomas's lap isn't bad so far.
No, he falls a little behind going around that long Cygnus turn, so 1.9 seconds off pole pace. He seems to be struggling just a little bit with the cornering of that car.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a lot of understeer on it. You see him having several sort of attempts at turning in, and then the car will follow. Anyway, across the line. 9th. Just ahead of Sergeant Corderon.
Now, here's a car that I like on this circuit. The Lamborghini Murcielago GT1. I drove it last week during practice and really like this car around this track.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not got as much top end as some of the other ones, but makes up for that in the corners. It's another downforce mobile. It also uses less fuel than it did last season. Sam, locks the brake and runs a bit wide in turn 1. Fine through turn 2. Yeah, I've never been that big a fan of it, quite honestly. It's perfectly fine to drive.
Yep.
But it's not.
And I'm sure that his crew chief is, he's getting an earful of crew chief right now, telling him just how hot his engine is running.
Yeah. Although we did see Chris Moses blow up an engine in Superpole once. That was...
Oh, really?
Yeah, look in a second. A couple of seasons ago. A bit of a trick you can do in Superpole is to tape the engine duct right up as Sam goes completely wide there. And that'll give you more straight line speed and probably more downforce.
Sure. So he's about a little over a second off the pace, off the pole pace right now.
Yeah, it's not been too bad a lap. Apart from the mistake where he ran wide. And coming up the line he goes 8th. Just behind John McIntyre.
Just behind John McIntyre, and here we're now on board with Rich Roman, driving the other Nissan GTR, and it'll be interesting to see how Rich fares versus his teammate.
I wonder if after Superpole we'll be getting Angry Rich or Happy Rich. It's a clear difference. Oh, we're getting Angry Rich. That was sideways into
That
there.
was sideways, it was.
Yeah. Do you think I said we fixed that problem with the brakes? Never mind.
Down this very long back straight.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad. And the way is half a second down. You'll have to have an incredibly special sort of middle sector and last sector to get anywhere near Ez's time. Or Eiran's time.
Man, this long back straightaway is about as long as a runway to an international airport. It's just forever.
Oh. Yeah, Rich was all over the curbs at that corner at the end of the straight. Doing it pretty much as fast as he can do, which is really good. This is a committed lap.
Almost 7/10 of a second over pole time.
Yeah, he won't get pole with this.
No.
He might go second if he gets last. Nah, he's not going second.
Oh. That hurts. That hurt to watch.
Yeah, you can almost hear the frustration there.
So it looks like these two still have some issues to work out with that Nissan.
Yeah, he goes 6th. So,
Mechanical.
I'm impressed by that time of Alex Scott's.
As am I.
It's actually a pretty good time.
So Mikey Greatrix up now in Superpole qualifying. He is my former GT2 teammate of 2 seasons ago. Driving the Pirelli Shod Nissan, I'm sorry, Saline SR7. There I go, I'm mixing up names tonight. Sorry, folks. Not only of people, but of cars, too.
Yeah, the Pirelli Celine S7 is a lot lighter than the Michelin one. Just the tyres are not quite as good. With the Michelin ones you can slide the car and save it, whereas the Pirelli ones you have to drive them in straight lines. And Mike is 1.1 seconds down.
I do like the Pirellis.
Sector.
I do like the Pirellis in the rain, though.
Yeah, and Pirelli tyres in the rain have a lot more grip. And the Michelin's definitely not as good in the wet, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about wet weather here tonight.
No, don't think so. He takes that corner a tad bit wide. Looks like several drivers tonight have started that turn in early. Oh, he slides the car onto the curb. That's going to cost him.
Yeah, I didn't quite see the sector times, but that's about big as well. But yeah, in theory, the Pirelli Celine is probably quicker over a single lap than the Michelin one.
So Mike Graytrix to 14th, and nobody else is out on track right now.
Ah, there goes John Wathan.
There we go.
And the Aston.
So he's still on his out lap, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's got an entire out lap to go. Must have been asleep or something.
He caught the rally syndrome.
I'm not allowed to comment on the accuracy of your statement.
It's okay.
Be unprofessional of me.
It's okay. I know he was your former teammate and all. It's all good. So that Aston...
Any comments about that?
That Aston Martin looks very racy down that back straightaway. And, boy, I'll tell you something. I'll reveal one of the small secrets of this team. They run high packers. Highest I've ever heard being run in a car.
Yeah, it's to stop the car grounding out over that bump. I said earlier that Ian was the only person that heard doing it right. You can probably see the Aston's miles off the ground as well if you look at it from the side. Or is it?
Yeah.
Might be.
Well, I'll tell you this much: if John Wathan can do this in his out lap, he'll be in a pretty darn good position. The way he's been taking these last few corners on his out lap. So we're gonna jump into the chase camera and watch his lines around the track as he starts his hot lap.
Yeah, but now he's on his hot lap, so it's do it or don't do it time. So there's a lot more pressure as well.
Oh, broadcaster's curse. I'm sorry, Mr. Oh, I'm so sorry, Wathan. Oh, I'm so sorry. Broadcaster's curse. That is just bad. And my broadcast partner tonight is just soaking it up and laughing. so we jump on board.
Such a shame.
We jump on board with
I'm
Mr.
sorry
John Houston, one of our senior statesmen here at NAGP. And boy, they're driving Vipers in both GT1 and GT2 seasons this time around, keeping it in the family.
Yeah, certainly going for some Viper dominance or something.
Yeah, I'd have to say so. But you know, these cars did win the team championship last season.
Yeah, Brad and Andres no longer together as teammates.
Nope.
Brad, unfortunately, I don't think is racing this season, which is a shame.
No, I
like
think
to have seen here.
Yeah, I think he's taking another hiatus, like he did during season 21, I believe it was, that he took a bit of a hiatus.
Yeah, he's a very, very good driver. should definitely come back. I know he's in chat. Brad, you should come back.
So
John Houston to start his hot lap.
Yep.
Now the Viper with its massive engine over the front tyres might be a bit understeery. Ooh, hits the curb a wee bit.
Car's bottoming out like crazy. There's just sparks flying all over the place, even in areas where it shouldn't be. Oh, hit them brakes, John.
Yeah. Also, Daniel Wilkerson is watching as well. I got Viper dominance in. I'm happy. Yeah, coming out. He has his differential slightly to the side. You can see the inside tyre lighting up on the exit of corners. It shouldn't really be doing that. So he's not getting as much power down as he could. Ooh, you heard the revs drop there as he bounced over the bump as well, so he's got it too low.
Yeah, it's the car's too low. Bottoming out is not good, drivers. Bottoming out is not good.
Yeah. And through this corner here, just having the engine at the front is going to be torture.
I see what you're saying about him lighting up the inside tires. He's coming out of corners, trying to get the power down, just leaving all kinds of burn marks on the track.
Yeah. Hopefully he realises that and fixes it before the race. Ooh, sideways.
Oh, gets it sideways. It's going to hurt his times a little
eventually. Yeah, and goes 6th. Now tonight's appearance of Alex White is brought to you by Eiran Brew.
Still not a bad qualifier, considering that he made it up to 6th and we only have a few folks left to go.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Marty, you're in, and the other Pirelli, Celine. Ooh, bit wide through turn 1 and 2. Jumps on the brakes. Doesn't take the curb. Another thing about the Celine is it does not like curbs, no matter which way you do.
Really? Does it upset the car that much?
Yeah, it's really, if you're driving over a curb in a Celine, you're not doing it right.
So,
as far as I can work out.
Grab an inside curb, it wants to swing the back out on you, bring it around.
Yeah, and facing the wrong way down the track's never a good idea.
Never a good idea.
John Houston's time really wasn't that bad a time, considering everything. And Alex Scott is still up there, and
yeah, he's sitting in 5th. Yeah, pretty decent time that held up for him. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out, because we still have Cuppet, Sportelli, Joe LaCour, Prato, and Ludden to go. Now Ludden, we know, was setting the fast pace, but again, you know what? You're sitting nearly an hour in that garage, and that can mess with your senses just a little bit as Marty Eiran comes across the start-finish line and bumps. Yeah, goes to 6, bumps Houston down a spot.
Yeah, watching everybody do their laps and talking about like every single thing about their laps, like on Monday for example, you sit there and you're just thinking, please don't make a mistake, please don't make a mistake.
Right. So here's another driver who's made a significant improvement from last season to this season. He must have been practicing something awful during the month and a half that we had off between seasons, because Jonathan Cuppet has shown great improvement in his driving ability.
Yeah, he's certainly improved a boatload since he arrived here. Only 3/10 down in the first sector. He's driving the C6R. I've driven that car before. certainly not a bad car at all, especially for here.
Takes out the corner marker, but manages to keep it on track and not take it off into the sand traps.
Yeah, just keeping it clean and
About 7/10
well,
down right now on pole.
yeah, bit wide through there, but perfectly alright for Jonathan. And yeah.
Oh, this will tell us where he's gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the C6 on Michelin is actually a really good car, and Jonathan goes 8th, not bad at all.
So here is Mr. Ferrari driving a Lamborghini for season 23 GT1.
Yeah, seeing John Sportelli in something that's not a Ferrari is a bit odd.
As he stays in it, going through the first chicane complex into turns 2 and 3. Through L'École and down the Mistral Straight. Yep. We'll see here as he comes up on the first split.
Ez is still ahead. So that was an excellent lap by Ezra.
Oh! You heard those revs dropped significantly, so he bottomed out.
Yeah. From chat. John Sportelli may not be in a Ferrari, but he is keeping it Italian.
Ha! So Alex, we have a 30-minute race, qualifying race after this. It's going to be a mad dash for those that do not lock in pole in second.
Yeah, qualifying races are always complete madness. We saw on Monday all sorts of incidents from everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I actually got taken out of the race by, I believe it was not bad, 9/10, almost a full second off of pole, but not a bad run for Sportelli. Moves him up to 4th.
Yeah. Next up, Ian Jolicoeur.
Ian Jolicoeur to start his hot lap now. So yeah, trying to let some lap traffic by because I got caught up in that Mike Monahan turn 1 mayhem. Boy, I was moving out of the racing line and got hammered from behind by Moore. I know it wasn't intentional. He was just coming up so fast. I don't think he had time to react.
Ooh, Ian.
Oh. Well,
Ian will be kicking himself.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's down in the down in his Ventrilo channel, probably blurting out some really choice words right now.
Yeah.
As is Ian Jolicoeur's
Two.
Yeah.
Why? 6/10 down? Like, despite that off, he's still going to push 10/10 regardless of what happens.
Yeah, he sure
always does. You don't see Ian going slowly. Well, you don't see Ian taking it easy, not going slowly.
Yeah, so he
lost 3/10 in that sector.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did lose some more time in that sector. Sector 2, very difficult at times, especially when you're hurried, trying to make up time.
Yeah, you've got to go slower to go faster. If you try and push it, it's not going to work. And Ian comes up to the line. He's going to go 5th.
Still not bad. So we have Andres Prieto
And the other Celine. I'd put money on Andres for the championship this season. Andres in this lane is not bad.
Nope. He still has a little getting used to do with this car, but Andres, one of those drivers that can pretty much get sideways, and gets off track there. Wow, overcooking the car. So that's another characteristic that we know about Andres. When he's trying too hard, he'll start pushing the car way beyond its limits. It's not the first time we see it, but Andres, one of our fastest drivers here at NAGP, certainly capable of making up some time. Hopefully, if he can just put his foot in it, keep his head down, and forge forward.
Yeah, Andres isn't too bad. He's certainly good to race with.
Oh, I'll bet.
Oh, brilliant through there. But yeah, I don't know, I do it as well. I've thrown it off track a few times when I've not needed to. Like at Spa last season. Oh, that was wide.
And still only
Andres getting
1/10.
scruffy. But gains time somehow. Nah, he's not gaining time now. God, second to last corner.
It's a little wide,
Yeah, and that was how you did the last corner properly. That was good.
So not good enough for pole, but
Maybe
he
not.
does go up to 4th. And here's Mr. Speedy, John Ludden. So now, is John Ludden running independent this season?
I shall have a look at the car pack thing, but coming through the first chicane it looked decent. John Ludden was fastest in practice with, I think it was a 42.3, so he can, if he gets everything right, go faster than Eiran. It just depends on whether he can do it or not, now that he's got 40 odd guys watching him.
Yeah, right?
People on the broadcast. Yeah, make it sound so easy. Got his first sector split. Ooh, 2 cents down.
He's down. Wow. His lines were looking really good there too.
Yeah. Maybe he'll do something in the middle sector. 2 tenths isn't too bad, you can make that up.
Takes it way wide.
Yeah, that was committed. That was good through there. Tell you what, he might actually have the front wing it too.
Oh, he does. And he is up, yeah. Almost 2 tenths.
You can see how much more front grip he's got through just turning in.
Yeah, well, that McLaren car is a very downforcey type car.
Yeah, and compared to the Leicester, it will have miles better mid-corner speed.
This looks like a pole run right here.
It's a pole. No, second.
Oh, second! Wow!
By 7 thousandths.
7/1000. So I believe that is everybody. Wow, so Eiran Parsons takes pole here tonight for GT1. I'm gonna find out there he is. Let's go grab the man and bring. Yep, gonna drag him on up here with us. Oh, they just moved him. Let me drag him up here with us.
Nice.
Sorry, Eiran Parsons. This is Ken Rodriguez, Alex White in the broadcast booth. We just dragged you away from all the congratulations in the Thursday channel. Congrats on your pole.
Thanks, Ken. Wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, from your lap it looked very, very clean and very, very smooth. Would you like to talk us through it a bit?
Well, that's what I concentrated on. I knew at this track by pushing hard you could really easily lose a lot of time in just one corner, so focused on being as smooth and precise through all the corners as I could be, and it seemed to work.
Excellent. That's pretty much what I said in the broadcast at some point.
Yep, good stuff. Certainly good stuff. And you know what? Takes the pressure off for the qualifying race, certainly, because you're locked in for next week's feature race, 3-hour event here at Paul Ricard. So congratulations again.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so I'll go ahead and take you back down into the Thursday channel, Eiran. Thanks again for your time.
Well done, Ezel.
Thanks, guys.
So, Eiran Parsons taking the pole here with a 142.429. John Ludden just behind him, 0.003 of a second off the pole pace. And Andrew Werner and David Poole, 05 Motorsports, 3 and 4.
That's a pretty good qualifying for 05 Motorsports, especially for the team championship. I actually need to check if John Ludden has a teammate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. He should be teammates with Paul Hall, but Paul Hall does not appear to be here tonight, which is a shame.
Yeah, it certainly is. Paul Hall, one of our newer members here, along with John Ludden. I just love to hear him talk about the races afterwards. He's an animated character. So if you're out there watching, not sure, Paul, but we sure miss you here tonight, and hope that you can make the feature race next week so we can fill out this grid really nice.
Yeah, the more people we have, the better.
It is. I mean, we're running, let's see, we're running 24 drivers tonight, which is about average for GT1. It starts out with about 25 drivers, and of course, you know, you get all the happy throttle feet, and we end up with about 16 at the end of the race, but
I'm sure we'll manage fine.
So Chris Moses had dropped out, and Ryan Schleif is back in, and Chris Moses is back in. So, man, they lost their qualifying times for the qualifying race, but I don't know. I guess that's not too bad a thing, because starting from the back sometimes is actually a blessing in disguise.
I'd rather start from the back than midfield at certain races. But Paul Ricard should be fine. There's loads of room everywhere.
Yeah. Unlike Daytona, it was just a mess. That turn one is. I can't stress how stressful it was going through there lap after lap, and I think I only completed maybe 5 laps. So hoping
I didn't see any.
Hoping for better luck during the feature race. No, you were lucky. You were all the way out front, so. So we're moving over to warm up, and it's wet. Oh, they got to race the qualifying race in the wet.
Weather at the start of the race will be the exact same as the end of warm up. So unless it dries in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, these guys must be shouting all kinds of profanities and stuff like that. So, wow, we're going to actually jump on board with some of these folks and see what it is that they're going to be doing. Going to be very interesting.
Yeah, probably hard wet tires just now.
Well, just looking ahead at Sportelli, on board with Sportelli, looking ahead with his at his teammate, a lot of spray coming up, and he takes it into the wall.
That's a couple of £1,000 worth of damage right there.
Well, Alex, I'll tell you what, this is going to be the tell-all of just jumped on board with John Ludden. These boys are trying to figure out what they're going to do for the race. They've got 4 minutes left to go, and that's really not a lot of time when you're trying to figure out, is the setup that you ran during qualifying good enough to just slap some wet tires on? And you know what, in most cases it's not.
No, it's never a good idea to do that.
So the one thing...
What you're probably doing now in the rain is probably adding some downforce to it. Like, you know it's going to be a completely wet race, so there's no harm in having a bit more wine to give you an extra bit more grip. But at the same time, you will be a sitting duck down the straight
You're right.
if someone's brave enough to stay with low wing.
You're right about that, but you'll make all that up in Sector 3, which is probably where all these other cars will lose their time with lower downforce setups. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see what this is going to yield in terms of positions for the qualifying race, because then we carry that over into the feature race next week.
Yeah.
So one thing that I did learn from your teammate, Mr. Salem Montgomery Jr., is sometimes it's just better to come up with a really good wet setup, and then you can work on your dry setup from there. And another good tip that I learned is when I'm working setups on the cars nowadays, is I try to work the best setup I can with a full tank and be as fast as I possibly can with a full tank.
Yeah. There's no point in practicing with half fuel when you're never going to have half fuel with fresh tires.
Correct. So, that was one mistake that I always made in season 20, 21 and 22, was that I would always practice in quali trim. And again, inexperienced, not knowing. But
just going for pure lap time.
Yeah, just going for pure lap time. But I've learned the value of being fast with a full tank of gas. Far outweighs a fast lap time, because you may be fast for a couple laps, but I think consistency just pays off in the long run.
I think an almost perfect example of that is Spa last GT1 season, when I was in Celine and I had practiced all week, just trying to get. This is going to sound so ridiculously cocky, but I was desperately hoping for a dry qualifying session, because I knew I had a car able to beat Eiran's Spa record lap.
Yep.
And I was desperately trying to beat that, and yeah, kind of to the point where I'd completely forgotten about doing a race setup, and yeah, that worked well on lap 6.
Right. So, tonight it's only a 30-minute race, so I believe we heard Al say 12 laps maximum. Don't know if we'll go the 12 laps now. Or was it 14?
I think it was 15.
15 laps, okay. Just on board with Andres Prado as he pays a visit to the painted surface on the outside of the track.
Yeah. Although Brad in the chat says it could be good for the Panos this weather. Maybe. Probably, actually. Usually everything Brad says is right, so it could be.
Yes, sirree. So, warm-up winding down here. We're going to be going to the race session here shortly. Jonathan Cuppett, the only one that actually threw up a time of 2:09.
I don't think that's representative of anything really. That's more just filling out where the grip is. Oh, Andres, wow. Andres has a massive accident in the chicane.
Ouch.
Yeah, now, because it's wet and most guys will still be running low setups, the first chicane here, in the dry, it's flat out if you get the line right. Just about easy flat out. Whereas in the wet it'll be, it won't be flat out, and it'll be completely sideways half the time. Anyway, on to race, and we've got Eiran Parsons in first, John Ludden in second, Andre Werner starting third, David Pole in fourth, Andres Prieto in fifth.
John Sportelli will start 6th, Ian Jolicoeur 7th, Matt Taylor 8th, Alex Scott 9th, and Marty Eiran in 10th.
In 11th we've got John Houston, 12th is Jonathan Cuppett, 13th is Rich Roman, 14th is Al Merriman, 15th is John McIntyre.
Sam Rolfe starts 16th, Bjorn Heyman in 17th, Thomas Schubeck 18th, Sergio Calderon will start 19th, and Gub Douglas in 20th.
Mike Greatrigg starts 21st, Ryan Schleifen 22nd, John Wathen 23rd, and Chris Moses in 24th.
Yep, that's your running order. Boy, 70, well, in Fahrenheit, 78 degrees, right? And wet track, so gonna be interesting. It's a little cool out there, actually. I'm wondering if you can get away with running soft wets with such a low temperature.
Maybe in one of the front engine cars. It's easy on its tires, like the Leicester. You might be able to, but I don't think Ezza got enough sort of laps and warm up to really be able to check that. Anyway, Ken, who do you think's gonna win?
Oh boy, I'll tell you this much. I think that if anyone in your top 3, especially if John Ludden hangs in there with Eiran, he might try to go for a late pass, but you know, these guys have locked in their position. So maybe Andrew Werner with a really hard push as we get ready to go. And the lights are about to go out.
Let's go.
And they're off.
Oh, decent start from John Ludden. Side by side into turn 1. This is going to be fun.
Oh, it's a drag race going down.
Wide for 2. Everybody just about keeps it together. That was clean. Aaron Parsons continues to lead into the right-hander. John Ludden just behind him. David Pole in third, Andrew Werner fourth. David Pole getting a decent start and overtaking his teammate.
Matt Taylor taking it off track just a wee bit there as he goes wide. Marty Eiran getting a little sideways.
Stays 7th. Oh, Aaron Parsons already has a massive gap.
Well, there was some contact between 2 cars back there. I think Al Merriman may have been one of them. They're still going, though. Fairly clean race so far.
Ian Jolicoeur just on the back of Marty.
Wathen drops down to
Yeah,
22nd. Schubeck down in 23rd. And, oh, Bjorn Heyman loses his rear wing.
That's not good.
Nope, not at all.
Oh, Sportelli a bit wide there. Marty has a look but doesn't go for it. Andrew Werner wide as well. This guy's struggling with the amount of grip out there.
Yeah, that they are. Andrew Werner drops to 5th now. And Sportelli hot on his heels. Followed by none other than Mr. Marty Eiran.
Prieto wide. Werner has a look, doesn't do anything. Sportelli just trying to capitalise on anything that happens. Meanwhile at the front, Aaron Parsons, massive lead, John Ludden 2nd, David Pole 3rd, Andres 4th. Alex Scott right behind Rich Roman. Ooh, Mosey's wide. Everybody just running wide here.
Yep. Oh, as Chris Moses pays a visit to the red and white candy striped curbs.
Yeah, these guys have no grip at all.
No, it seems not. So it's a 30-minute dash for the cash right now. Rich Roman in 12th.
Backwards in the gravel. Ian Jolicoeur in the gravel as well. Wow. Ooh, Jonathan Cup and Johnny McIntyre.
Oh, Al Merriman
Such
just
a
dropping all the way back to 17th right now in the Panos Esperante. Seems to be struggling a little bit here in the rain. Mike Graytrix running 19th. Ryan Schleif, because he missed that qualifying, had to start from the back, but he's up to 20th. Thomas Schubeck in 21st. Gub Douglas following not too far behind, but he's got some serious damage to the front of that 550 Maranello in 22nd.
Yeah, that'll be hurting him down the straight.
Yep, and Bjorn Heyman comes into the pits, gets a new wing and a new car.
He'll be needing that.
John
That's him
Wathen
already
parks
locked
it.
in, well. One lap Wathen back out again.
Well, I say it's better to
Battle for it.
continue.
Yeah, it's always better than you. Apart from when your engine dies.
So here's a battle
None of
shaping
these
up.
guys look.
Go ahead.
None of these guys look comfortable through turn one at all. Where's the battle shaping up?
Oh, so Andrew Werner in 5th. Well, he had John Sportelli all over him, but John Sportelli certainly overdriving that Lamborghini,
Marcy
and now,
John, side by side.
yep, and followed closely by Matt Taylor in 8th. It's about a 5-way battle for, what position is that? 6th.
Sixth. Yeah, John gets an excellent launch out of that turn there. Marcy just not. Well, actually, Marcy's gaining. This will be an amazing amount of slipstream if it gets anywhere alongside. Oh wow. Keep going.
So Marty Uren pulling alongside the Lamborghini, but oh, this is going to break
brilliant
somebody's
pass.
heart. Nice. So Sportelli giving up 6th right now to Marty Uren.
Yeah, Sportelli just not braving. Well, actually, too brave on the brakes.
And a little bit further up, we've got another battle taking shape as David Poole in 3rd takes that turn very tight, and Andres Prado going wide, trying to get power down. Not working yet, but Prado is just about on David Poole's tail.
Yeah. I wonder if Andres has put his wing up. I doubt it. It's Andres. But he might have.
Well, this first chicane will
Matt Taylor
tell.
right up behind Chris Moses. Chris Moses probably overtook him. Don't go too wide through there. Good. Yeah, Moses got by Matt Taylor. And Moses just forgets to brake.
Okay. Very good. So John Houston inherits 8th. He's going to be hunting down John Sportelli here within the next couple corners if he can keep that Viper going straight.
Yeah. And Marty Eiran is on the Pirelli Celine, so he'll have a lot more grip in the corners.
Advantage Uren.
Yeah. Oh, Sportelli has a lunge. Thinks better of it. John Houston, Moses, Froman, Taylor.
So Eiran out front, kind of in cruise mode, but he's followed not too far behind by John Ludden, who's got him within a corner's distance. So these two, considering that they've got their positions locked in, are probably just using this as practice as best as possible. David Poole running in 3rd, Andres Prado in 4th, and Andrew Werner rounds out your top 5.
Yeah, there's a 5-second gap between John Ludden and David Poole already. Like, the front two are just walking away with it.
Currently working lap 4.
Yeah. Yeah, closest battle on track is between 6th, 7th and 8th. Houston, Sportelli and Eiran.
Yeah, they certainly are just bunched up there, but they're actually gaining a little bit of ground on Werner, who's running in 5th.
Yeah, and with Werner having the Ford on the straights, so
Well, Sportelli takes it
Mosey
off.
gets Moses gets by him, as does Roman. I don't think Ian's close enough. Nah, Ian's not close enough. So at that, R35 GTR is really good in the straight line. The one that Roman's got. Roman going for the inside. Doesn't do it.
Nope, not gonna
Ooh,
get
that
it.
was close.
Not gonna get it this time, and he loses some ground to Moses. Sportelli drops back to 10th after his off, and Ian Jolicoeur in the Aston Martin running 11th, trying to hunt down Mr. John Sportelli. Alex Scott drops it
Yeah,
a
John
bit
Houston
too.
just had a moment.
Oh, did he? He's still
Yeah,
running
he
7th,
got
very
that sideways.
respectable.
Yeah, and Andres Prieto is right up the back of David Pole now. Ooh, David Pole gets completely sideways coming out the hairpin. Oh, and whoever, that was somebody exiting the pits. Now if Andres can get through the first chicane here, might have a good run. Oh, Andres sideways, hits the wall, ouch.
Oh, that's going to give him some aero damage.
That's a lot of air damage for that.
Bjorn Heyman back out on track. He's in 23rd, but he's got his wing and his car's put back together. So better, like we were about to say earlier, it's better to continue because you know what? There's still some racing time left, and you just don't know what the remainder of the race is going to bring. So you have an opportunity always around every corner to improve your position. Oh, Heyman takes it off again and slams into the wall. Not good, Heyman. Let me stop talking about people. I think we're just cursing them. I want to be a blessing to folks, not a curse. Oh, and Heyman almost takes out John Ludden. Wow. That would not have been very cool.
No, it wouldn't have.
Mike Graytrix in 22nd has one of the Vipers coming up behind him. Gup Douglas trying to find some traction out there.
Battle for, wow, 5th. John Houston has got past Andrew Werner and Marty Eiran. And there's some lap traffic in there as well, it's spicing things up nicely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, go to 7th and 8th.
Yep, I am right there with you right now, and yeah, there's a little bit of a freight train going on there. They're not too far. Chris Moses, I don't know how he did it, but he's got that Esperante going fairly quick down the straight. Don't forget to brake, Moses.
Also
Don't forget to
fairly
brake.
quick through turn 1.
Don't forget to brake.
Nah, he braked in the right place this time. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, and he's got that Nissan GTR right behind him of Rich
Oh,
Roman.
Andrew Werner, sideways, gives up 2 positions, 3 positions maybe.
Oh, he and Roman just about together, and yep. And he may give up another to Matt, who is it, Andrew
Sportelli.
Werner? Sportelli.
Yeah. Now, because Sportelli got totally sideways, Werner might be able to jump in the slipstream. Although Moses is slipstreaming Eiran, but Paynos will not go anywhere in a straight line. That'd be brave. Yeah, he didn't do it. Whoever that is in the Celine was maybe a bit rude chopping in front of Rich there.
Yeah, that would be Mike Graytrix, who's in that Celine. They're putting him a lap down in the early goings here. So Chris Moses up to 7th, Marty Eiran up to 6th. John Houston having a phenomenal run in the Season 22 championship, team championship winning Viper GTS.
Yeah, it's really good on fuel. It's not that special over a single lap. As Eiran goes incredibly wide there. Mosey's attempting the outside. Goes for the up and under. Eiran just about gets enough exit speed.
So Moses trying to slipstream Eiran down the front stretch and into the chicane complex. Jumping on board with Moses.
Completely sideways.
They're comfortable that way.
Roman just behind Moses as well.
Yeah, I see that. Roman trying to lunge just a little bit. Oh, lights up the rear tires as they... Oh! Eiran loses it. Goes backwards. Get it back, Marty. Get it back.
That was a shame.
Oh. Well, it was, but all things considered, it was clean. Marty Eiran went sideways on his own. So now that'll open up the battle for 6th between Moses and Rich Roman as they go down the back straight.
Yeah, Sportelli trying to slipstream Rich. And Sportelli braking incredibly early there, actually. But Rich and Moses both run wide. And Sportelli capitalizes on Rich's mistake.
Oh! Sportelli back in the mix again for that 6th spot.
Yeah. Oh, Prieto goes a bit sideways. Rich will be angry again. It's angry Rich time again.
Yeah. Andres Prado running comfortably in 4th right now. David Poole managing to pull a little bit of a gap to Prado. John Ludden in 2nd, and your leader, Eiran Parsons, just kind of coasting here tonight. So, I don't know. He's just kind of putting on a driving clinic.
Yeah. This is really good. Like, really, really good. Especially when he gets it all together.
Ryan Schleif moves up 1 position to 19th. Thomas Schubeck ahead of him in 18th.
Roman Wade.
Alex Scott in 17th, and Sam Rolfe up to 16th. Ian Jolicoeur in 15th. So here's a bit of a surprise. Ian Jolicoeur running near the rear of the pack in 15th.
Sergio just muscles his way through John McIntyre.
And we've got a serious battle forming for 13th between Sergio Calderon and Johnny McIntyre. These guys are nose to bumper right now, so great racing going on from front to back.
Have calmed down a bit.
Yep. Well, I mean, Matt Taylor running... Exactly. Matt Taylor in 12th is trying to pull up on the boss, Al Merriman, as they go down the back straight.
Yeah. So, 190 miles an hour in the wet directly behind somebody you don't know when's going to break. It's good fun.
You got that right. Heck, I have trouble with that even in the drive. Forget about the wet. I'd make the car in front of me a hood ornament at that point.
Yeah.
So Marty Eiran in 10th, Andrew Werner 9th, Roman in 8th, Sportelli 7th, Moses in 6th, Houston in 5th, Prado 4th, Poole in 3rd, Ludden, and then Eiran Parsons running from back to front. So John Houston going through that chicane complex mighty quick, trying to keep you. Moses sideways as he tries to keep Moses at bay back in 6th. John Houston not wanting to give up that 5th position to nobody. He's trying to hightail it out of there and haul the mail.
Yeah, if you're in a position you don't want to give it to anybody else. So, just sort of watching Ezza just now, he's he doesn't look like he's going at any sort of speed whatsoever, but he's still miles ahead of anybody else.
Yeah, and like I said again, these front guys I think are just using this at this point for practice in the event that they face some type of a rain, wet, or even damp type condition next week. There was briefly a battle forming between Marty Eiran in 9th and Andrew Werner in 10th, but that has since dissipated because Eiran just pulling away from Werner.
Yeah. Oh, Sportelli's right behind Moses.
But Sergio Calderon and Matt Taylor have been battling for 12th for the better part of about 4 laps.
Sergio up the inside.
Yep, Sergio taking a look on the inside. Almost gets it done. Sergio with some considerable damage to that Lister storm.
Yeah, certainly not in the shape it came out of the factory. Ooh, there's a Celine backwards in the last corner. I don't know who it is. It's not Marcy. It was Mike. Great tricks.
Sorry for the ambulance siren, folks. We're just adding a little special effects to the broadcast. So, that's one of the disadvantages that you have when your little man corner is in the front of the house, right by a window that happens to face a major street. So,
Sportelli right behind Moses. Slipstreaming. Oh, Sportelli, what? Whoa.
Oh, I think
Sportelli drives straight into the gravel.
Whoa. Did he get a puncture? No, he's back under power. Wow. That was really, really close.
That was... CC might have to review that probably.
So, moving up along, Chris Moses in 6th. John Houston still in 5th.
Oh, Chris Moses completely wide. Chris Moses does not appear to be having the best of nights tonight.
No, it seems not. And again, that Panos, like Al had stated, it's a handful. Sportelli, yeah, though, getting right back on it, hunting down Rich Roman, trying to get back in the foray of the battle here.
Oh, Sportelli pushing.
So some spacing out going on here. Al Merriman back in 11th, followed closely by Matt Taylor. So this is the new battle that's starting to form up here. Matt Taylor trying to chase down Al Merriman. And Matt Taylor, unfortunately, with some aero damage to the right front of that Saline. It's probably hurting him down the straights. Sergio Calderon now right on Matt Taylor's tail.
Sergio had a look a few laps ago. Like, maybe he'll try and do something again. Wow, that Leicester Storm is completely beaten up. And Matt Taylor just drives away down the straight. Ooh, Roman right up the back of Moses.
Mike Greatrix with power down the straight, mixing it up with some cars that have put him a lap down. It's going to let them by going wide. Bjorn Heyman having all sorts of trouble with that McLaren, Pirelli McLaren F1 car. Can't get it to turn right, sliding the rear out. And your leader, Eiran Parsons, running up front. 10.3 second back to Ludden. Currently working lap 12, so we got about two, maybe 3 laps left to go.
Yeah, Eiran's times are just super consistent. Like, constantly in the 51s. And John's times are low 52s. And he's done a couple of 51s, but nothing anywhere near as fast as S's.
Right, right. David Poole still comfortably in 3rd. Andres Prieto in 4th.
Rich catching Moses.
So here you got Poole
Rich
and
side by side with Moses.
Let's get there. Wow. Okay, drag race down the back straightaway.
Side by side.
Boy, man, they're just about neck and neck, and the advantage will go to Rich. Sportelli now.
Brave.
Yeah, it sure was, and now Sportelli's jumping up into the mix here too.
Yeah. You don't go as fast side by side as you do when you're going one in a row. Oh, Sportelli has a look at Moses and takes it.
Yep, he's going to take it on the inside as Moses goes wide through that corner. Not exactly sure what happened there, but it looks like he may have lost some traction or some braking.
Yeah. Moses has been struggling all night. There's no two ways about it.
That he's been, but hey, a top 10 finish is still very respectable, very good. Although I know Moses would like to be a wee bit further up the standings, but heck, I'd love to be an 8th. So it's a nice 3-way battle right now for, what's that, 6th? Rich Roman, John Sportelli, and Chris Moses still very bunched up and close together. Marty Eiran is running out there by himself, and Andrew Werner is also.
6th, 7th, and 8th have been sort of spraying in and out all race. And Sportelli is attempting to slipstream Rich, but Rich also has a slipstream off the lapped car.
So here we have Matt Taylor in 12th in the Saline, followed not too far behind by Sergio Calderon and then Ian Jolicoeur. But Ian Jolicoeur has the passenger side of that Aston Martin all smashed to bits.
Yeah. Won't be helping him. Rich and John still at it. We're on lap 14 as well for the leaders.
Yep. So we're winding it down here. Oh, Andres Prieto, David Poole. Prieto was maybe toying around with Poole and just kind of taking it easy, but he is going to now pull up on him with the 4GT. It's got some good top end.
Ooh, that's close.
Oh, Poole almost takes it sideways. Prieto,
these two are pushing.
Yeah, Prieto all over the tail of David Poole, but Poole with the 4GT seems to have just a little extra something down those long straights where he can pull away. As Andres tries to get on
not
the...
as much aero damage.
Yep, as Andres tries to get on the power a little too soon. And there goes the 4GT pulling away.
Yeah, but Andres is close enough that he'll get a slipstream. So you can see it right here. Andres will go left. Or should go left. He'll go right. He went right. And up the inside into the... Whew, he chopped up for David. And yeah, Andres takes third. And I don't think it's the last lap.
Eiran Parsons coming to take the checkered flag. And John Ludden
Yeah.
shortly behind him, 1 and 2 for next week's feature race. And
Andres will
Andres,
be third.
yep, Andres looks like he will take home third as he got by David Poole on the last lap. And David Poole will have to be content with fourth position for next week's feature race, 3 hours, 8 o'clock start time. And there's John Houston, yeah, taking fifth. Good on John. Very, very nice. Chris Moses will come across the line in sixth. Rich in seventh. Sportelli in eighth. Marty Uren in ninth. Ian Jolacor will take 10th. Andrew Werner will come by in 11th. No, he'll take 10th. Merriman will take 11th.
Ian DNF'd.
Yep, Ian DNF'd. So, yep, Sergio in 13th. McIntyre in 14th. Alex Scott in 15th.
Shibek will be 16th.
Oh, boy, man, he DNF'd on the last lap. That is so heartbreaking.
That'll be frustrating.
It's gotta be.
Oh, Bjorn.
There we are with Thomas as he comes across the line, and it looks like Jonathan Cuppet will end up in 17th position. And that is it.
Yeah.
Bjorn Heyman is on his hood and finishes 20th. So a bunch of folks starting to drop. So Alex, the field is going to be set for next week's 3-hour feature race starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be very interesting to see how it works out for 3 hours.
Yeah, it'll be, as long as it doesn't rain, it should be alright to race. I should be racing there, subbing for Ian. And should we talk to Ezza?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab him the moment I can find it. He's down in his team channel talking, but I'm gonna snatch him away, so give me 1 second.
There he's...
Hi, Eiran, Ken, and Alex once again. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
So Ezza, start of the race, you saw it was raining. Were you on the super softs, not super softs, the soft wets or the hard wets? I think you were on the hard wets. Was I right?
Really? I thought you would have guessed. I was on the soft wets. This car is quite gentle on the tyres, so I can get away with using the soft wets.
Yeah, but you said that whenever I try and drive super soft tyres in a GT car, they die. It doesn't work nicely. So yeah, that's my logic behind that. But yeah, from the start, it just looked like you were driving away with it, quite honestly. Like you're miles faster than anyone, so well done.
So, Eiran, I stated during the broadcast that you built up a fairly comfortable lead. At what point did this become practice for next week in the event that you guys end up in the wet?
Well, I still had to concentrate on not making any mistakes. It was very slippery in terms of getting the power down, so I had to keep the concentration up to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Like just one spin and I would have been passed. So, but once Ludden was out of my mirror, it was a bit easier to just concentrate on my race and not worry about too much what was happening behind.
So aside from the weather variables that that we expect for next week, we don't know what type of weather we're going to have here, Paul Ricard. Can you comment on any possible strategies for the 3-hour feature race for next Thursday?
To be honest, I haven't looked into it too much. Um, I think some fuel economy cars may be able to make it on 2 stops. It'll be touch and go.
Interesting. Well, we certainly wish you and your teammate lots of success for next week. We're looking forward to it. And again, congrats on both the pole and the win here tonight. And we certainly hope that the Lister Storm this season serves you very well throughout the championship runs and stuff like that. So, again, thanks for taking the time to talk with us. And we wish you lots of luck.
Cheers, Ezra.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, I'll go ahead and drop you back down. So that will pretty much do it for us here, Alex. We're looking forward to next week. So you're going to be driving an Aston Martin for next week, eh?
Yep. I should
So,
probably do some practice at some point.
well, here's my question. Does that mean that you inherit the 40 kilo penalty weight?
I don't. Does Ian have 40 kilos of penalty?
Oh no, I'm just asking if in a sub position do you inherit any type of kilos, any type of weight penalties as a sub driver?
Not in the first 4 races.
Not within the first 4 races. Very well. So then we are actually going to be looking for a really brilliant race from you fast guys next week. It's 3 hours. Get lots of practice and don't lose focus.
Yeah, I'll be starting from the. Excuse me. I'll be starting from the back. It'll be good fun. Hopefully it dries. Hopefully it's dry.
Yeah, certainly we do. But I wish you luck as well for next week. So that'll be about it for Alex White. I'm Ken Rodriguez. We want to thank you folks for joining us on tonight's broadcast. Don't forget to tune in next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern start time. It's a 3-hour feature race. NAGP Thursday night GT1 racing to start the season off right here at Paul Ricard.
Thanks for watching.